So there are so many issues that I'm dealing with there. But I've been to the farm of Musibi because when General Cele spoke about it in Parliament, he said even Malema spoke at his funeral. I said yes. In the ad hoc committee, I said yes. His funeral was at his farm. So why should it be a story now that someone tells you a story for the second time that I was at the farm? You was at the farm. Bheki Cele said it in the ad hoc committee. I said yes. 3 of us spoke there. I spoke, Mbalula spoke, Bheki Cele spoke. How did I know the old man? I knew the old man through there when they were engaged in a strike here in Johannesburg. I can't remember if it was which year. At the center of the protest of the taxis at the time was Taxi SA is refusing to give them shareholders, yet they're the biggest customers of Taxi SA. The Taxi SA is nothing without them. And I happened to know Zeh, who was involved in those negotiations. And then Zeh held a party at this place. I went. I can't remember where I was from. And I didn't know this man, but I was like, there's just something about this guy. They said, no, this is Musibi, the boss of taxis. So it made sense to have taxi people there at Zeh's party because Zeh works with the Taxi SAs, the one who do deals for them and all of that. Zeh helped only to find that Zeh helped them to break a deal. And then they got 25% of the shares in the Taxi SA.
The leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema, has admitted that he knows controversial businessman Zesim Dumise Nxumalo, but firmly denied any involvement in criminal activities, dismissing allegations linking him and his party to a disputed municipal tender. Speaking during an Economic Freedom Fighters press briefing on Thursday, Malema addressed claims made at the Matlanga Commission by suspended Gauteng Police Sergeant Vanu Nkosi. Nkosi, who is alleged to have ties to organized crime, told the commission he received internal tender documents and participated in discussions surrounding a controversial Tshwane Metro Police Department TMPD security tender. The discussions reportedly involved former MMC for Corporate and Shared Services Kolofelo Morodi. According to testimony and evidence presented, including WhatsApp exchanges, Morodi allegedly shared sensitive documents with Nkosi, who further claimed she played a role in attempts to influence the outcome of a land lease tender. At the center of the controversial is the 2024 TMPD tender for security services to safeguard municipal infrastructure over a 3-year period. Evidence before the commission suggests that TMPD Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini compiled a list of 7 preferred companies allegedly sourced from the EFF. The list was then passed to Nkosi, who forwarded it to the municipality's Chief Financial Officer Gareth Mnisi. Malema, who have rejected these claims as speculative and rooted in hearsay, and that they never said the EFF sent the list. Someone claimed it came from the Red Berets, but no one verified that with us. He criticized the Commission's proceedings for failing to establish authenticity of the alleged list, arguing that neither he nor any EFF leadership had been approached to confirm its origin, and that if that is what you call implication, then the source must be verified. There's nothing that links the EFF or its leadership to this matter. Malema further accused unnamed individuals of opportunistically invoking the EFF's name without evidence, and said there is no one from the EFF involved in this. I do not engage in criminal activities. I'm not a criminal. The EFF leader also addressed his relationship with Nxumalo, who has similarly been implicated during proceedings at the commission. Allegations presented include claims that Nxumalo had unusual access leaked police documents and attempted to influence authorities to act against controversial blogger Musakaula. Malema did not deny the association and said, "He is my friend. He is well known, especially in the northern suburbs, a socialite many people are familiar with." Defending Nxumalo's background, Malema pointed to his political lineage, stating that he is the son of the prominent figure linked to the Inkatha Freedom Party. At the same time, Malema accused critics of selectively targeting him while overlooking Nxumalo's broader circle of connections, and said, "They mention me because they are looking for me, but they ignore others who are connected to him." The commission continues to hear testimony as it probes allegations of corruption, political interference, and irregularities in municipal procurement processes. The EFF leader has also reiterated that he is suing the Patriotic Alliance Deputy President Kenny Kunene, saying nonsense and allegedly defaming him by claiming he is at the center of a drug cartel. Malema said Kunene's allegations are false and will be challenged in court, and said Kunene can say whatever nonsense he wants to say, but he must repeat that in court. "We will ventilate his claims in court. I'm not suing him for calling me a boy. I'm suing him for saying I'm at the center of a cartel." The dispute follows Kunene's refusal to apologize despite calls from Malema. In an escalating defamation battle, Kunene has confirmed that he has submitted an answering affidavit supported by statements from key witnesses and intends to contest the matter in court. The legal dispute stems from comments Kunene made during a February 2026 episode of Podcast and Chill with McG. Malema alleges that the remarks were defamatory, including being referred to as a boy, which he argues carries racist connotations in South African context. Malema also disputes Kunene's claims that he left businessman Adriano Mazzoti's property at night to meet the late taxi boss Jotham Swazi Msibi, who was linked to the so-called Big Five cartel. In his affidavit, Kunene said it is a matter of public record that Malema attended and spoke at Msibi's funeral, which he argues is relevant to the case. Malema rejected the allegations, saying they have damaged his reputation, and that he is being sued for saying I'm at the center of a cartel, implying that I'm part of the Big Five drug cartel. Now he realizes he has spoken nonsense and shifts the issue to something else. He also dismissed claims that he paid protection fees to a cartel, and said, "How do I pay a protection fee to myself if I am the cartel?" Malema further denied allegations that he stayed in Mazzoti's bedroom. He described the claims as baseless and unsupported by evidence, and said, "I never stayed in Mazzoti's bedroom," adding that the property in question consists of separate houses and that the claims are a misrepresentation of the layout. Meanwhile, Kunene once described Malema's legal action as a shameless abuse of court and said he has no intention of apologizing. Kunene said, "I will defend myself in court and present evidence in support of my position," and added that he looks forward to his day in court. Kenny Kunene also took it to his X app and posted a document and captioned, "Julius said I lied when I said he is suing me for calling him a boy, amongst other things. I don't smoke or sniff things I read." I have posted here the clause from his son founding affidavit that deals with the boy impunged statement. Please read and tell me whose brain is in his stomach. Salute. The document reads as follows. The sixth impunged statement. As the sixth impunged statement, I address Mr. Kunene's reference to me as a boy. The explicit meaning of the sixth impunged statement is that the word boy has a specific connotation in the South African context. During apartheid, African men were called boy. This reference is designed to demean, degrade, and dehumanize an African man. During apartheid, the word boy was used to make it appear that African men were inferior and lacked respect and status. Used against this particularly South African context, the implication is that I'm nothing more than a boy, and that as such, I lack leadership and authority to be seen as a mature African man, a political leader and a member of parliament. Mr. Gunena's constant reference to me as a boy during his interview is racist and defamatory. His unlawful conduct warrants serious sanction by this court. Seventh impunged statement. Mr. Gunena's seventh impunged statement is that the boy is sick. The explicit meaning of the seventh impunged statement is that I'm unwell, I'm a mere boy, and that I'm not an adult African man who is capable. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.